Guys, the Promoto Mx from Losi is here. I am beyond excited for this dirt bike. It's too big to even fit on the bench. It's massive. I've owned a few of the older dirt bikes in the past. This thing seems revolutionary and so far above and beyond any of that. I cannot wait to put some packs into it and get it out on the track, on the trail, on the street. Let's go. Let's unbox this right now. All right, so let's see how we're gonna get this out. It's probably gonna be a little muffled because I am behind the mic and this thing is taking up the entire workbench, but hey, I never thought I would need a bigger workbench. So let's drop this thing down here like so. Poor mic settings. Don't hit the mic, don't hit the mic. Whew. I feel like I always put these boxes back here to like be in the video, but hey, it's too big. It's gonna have to stay on the floor. We have the owner's manual here. Looks like a couple graphics that we're gonna go over in a second, but okay, so for those of you that have been under a rock since last Wednesday or Tuesday, I'm gonna go over to a couple features that I found really interesting in the bike. Obviously, there's a full in-depth guide on the Losi YouTube channel. I'm not gonna go that far into depth, but I'm gonna talk about a couple key features I thought was cool. So this actually runs a standard 540 motor, sits right about here. And also in this lower section, it runs a 1 pound flywheel. So this flywheel spins up to 22,000 RPMs, and it's what helps balance the bike. So if you've had a previous motorcycle in the past, you know that the rear wheel has the gyro and all of the balancing capabilities in it. The problem with that is when you do that, everything pivots on this back wheel here. It doesn't look scale, it doesn't really look realistic, and it's very difficult to drive. The nice part about this is Losi put it all the way down, super low center of gravity, and right over the midpoint of the bike. This allows the bike to control left and right and up and down going through. So if you're going through in the air, it starts to pitch back so much, it'll give a little blurp and you'll get leveled out. Same thing here. If you're here, it'll get blurped, level out, and then you'll hopefully have a pretty good landing. Now, obviously, if you're full this way, it's not like a miracle. It's not magic, but it should get you pretty upright. It has full rear suspension, full front suspension, and it even has a crash dampening plate in here that allows it to take a little bit of this front impact. See how that kind of moves in and out? Because you're obviously going to land bad. You're not a pro dirt bike rider, I'm assuming. You're not going to be able to drive this thing amazing right off the bat. So there's a lot of key features in here that help it stay going forward. It takes their 2S 5000 mAh pack. I went over to the guys at Genzace and I picked up the 5000 100C advanced pack. So this pack actually slides right into the bike, and we're going to go through and show that right now. Put some batteries in the remote, and then we can go through the startup process. Boom, boom, boom. These are Raymax batteries. All right, let's slide it in here. Slide it in here. Also, I didn't watch the startup guide, so we're gonna have to do a quick little read on the startup guide to make sure. I know I saw it was crucial for it to be perfectly flat. Also, what I didn't discuss was these kind of wheelie bars, these stability bars. So these actually have a little bit of flex in them, so that way when you hit the ground, they just don't dig in. And they're also fully adjustable. So there's a set screw down here, which we can turn. Set screw down here that allows you to angle them up or down a little bit. Obviously, the higher up it goes, the more aggressive you're able to drive, but obviously the more difficult it is going to be. The lower they are, the less it's going to be able to steer, but the easier it will be. These tires are just awesome. Okay, quick start guide was here. Okay, quick start guide. So you put the battery in, plug the battery in, power on the transmitter, and then wait 5 seconds for it to arm. You turn the bike on. Arming check, you turn the wheel to make sure it's turned, and then you'll turn the flywheel on. The flywheel will take 30 seconds to start up, and then it just goes over turning radius, practice. Okay, also it's important you have to turn the flywheel off before you turn the bike off. So, because I guess there's an inherent drag brake in there, so when you turn the flywheel off, it'll slowly slow it down in 30 seconds. But if you just turn the bike off without that, there's no drag brake, so it's just gonna free spin for a couple minutes, I've heard. So let's see here. Let's get this plugged in. Of course, it's gonna be more difficult than I expected. Also, it's like 1 trillion degrees in here. Like, it's crazy hot. Text messages. Don't listen to those. Come on, get your... Okay, it's in. So, remote is on. If you're running a smart pack from Horizon, you'll get the indication here on what your battery voltage is. Okay, so let's hit... I know it's over here somewhere. Power. There's arming. So we should be fully armed. We got lock-to-lock steering. Okay, let's see. I thought this was going to be much louder. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but the flywheel is spinning up. And I was told we have to wait until it has a consistent sound or 30 seconds. But I don't have a watch or anything, so I don't know. Let's just hang out. They also built in a cool thing here for the rear fender, that this flaps up and then you have an actual skid plate, so that way you're not just shredding rear fenders. But let's see, will it hit me? Let's see if I turn this towards you guys. Stay, don't move. I just knocked over all my servos. So you can see right there, front brake engaged. It's nice and loose, and then... Oh, it's all the way back. So let's see, will it... All right, guys. Well, that is start up and run. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's just double check the manual so I don't mess anything up. This is on. So I'm gonna power off the flywheel, then the bike, then the transmitter, then unplug. So I'm gonna do that next, but let's go get some running video and let's see what this thing can really do. All right, guys, so we are back in the shop after getting some runtime on the Losi Promoto Mx. I realized in editing that there was a couple shots that weren't recorded from the original unboxing, so I thought I would go over them now. In the box, you get your quick start guide. This goes over all your starting procedures, driving, everything that you need to know. Make sure you read it. There's some stuff with the gyro to turn it on and off. You also get a generic number plates and a couple awesome Losi stickers, followed by numbers for those number plates. So if you don't want to be Jeremy Martin number 6, you can be, I don't know, Broc LaRouche number 54. So you can go ahead and change them over to anything you want. Hopefully Jim at Imagine Graphics is already working on my number kit. I'm gonna hit him up after this. You also get your hop-up guide. I ordered all of mine. Hopefully you did the same so you can customize it. You get your Pro Moto MX manual, which is great. You get a 6mm and 9mm wrenches for the front forks, and a couple miscellaneous tools in here. You have your shock wrenches, and then you have chain tensioners. They almost look like pillow block pills, but they're actually chain tensioners. All right, so what do I think, and do I think you should get one? I love it, and I think you should get one. I didn't have any dirt running experience on an actual track just because my track is doing a full rebuild this weekend for Moto. So I am going to wait and run that in the next video, but I did do a lot of street driving, and I did do the pump track and the skate park that you saw. I currently don't have anybody to shoot the videos, and with this, it's too quick. It's not a crawler. Most crawlers, I just take the GoPro, hold the GoPro, drive the car, and we get an awesome shot on the gimbal. This is moving at like 35 miles an hour, not possible. So I suckered my son in going to the track with me to take some video. After I hit him a couple times, he was kind of over it. So that's the shots we got. Hopefully on the next one, I'll have somebody out there to take some better shots of me. But overall running experience, I had a great time, and I really, really had fun driving this rig. There are 3 different drive modes, as we've discussed, and everybody's discussed. So you have dirt, street, and wheelie. When you get out there, click up twice, hear the 3 beeps, put in wheelie, and then just smile all day. I think I ran 1 full pack of just wheeling back and forth, back and forth. You grab as much throttle as you want. The front end comes up to about there, and then it goes. And it goes for a couple hundred feet. And there's no skill. You're not balancing it. You're not doing anything. The bike does everything. Hit the throttle, boom, wheelie. It's so much fun. The street mode is a really good time. It really does a good job of keeping that front wheel on the ground and kind of allows you to put way more power down than you can in any other mode. I do not recommend dirt mode on the street if you're anything like me, and then you just grab a bunch of throttle thinking you're in wheelie mode, and then it just loops out and ends up causing a little bit of damage. I can tell you I took a lot of big hits. I am embarrassed to admit it, but I hit a pole, I hit my car, I hit a trash can. I mean, I've definitely ran this thing into a couple things. As you saw in the video, we did a couple cartwheels. We fell into that bowl pretty aggressively, and it's still running. Nothing's broke on it. It's good to go. Everything is still fully functional. I did accidentally pop off the exhaust tip. It looks like it just folds in right there. So I'm gonna put a little CA glue on there and fold it back in. But other than that, the only damage that I have is completely cosmetic. So due to the wipeouts and the aggressive asphalt that I have shredded that full sticker. That's completely gone. I have also kind of messed up his poor little jersey. Yeah, I got elbow rash on both sides. This one's a little more aggressive. And then the front number plate, there you go. It's not horrible, but it didn't fare great. But I can tell you, I mean, I've hit his head a bunch of times. It's held up. Yeah, the jersey is a little ripped, but I mean, it's a cloth, super thin jersey. I mean, I will take the rips on the clothes to not have a painted on foam rider. I think it's the trade-off is great there. But other than that, nothing's wrong. The little support bars are a little messed up, but like that's granted, you wouldn't expect anything less. His poor foot was off. But the bike still runs. The dampener is doing a great job here. I didn't have any issues with that. I know I showed 1 jump going off that big jump. I probably hit that thing 6 or 7 times. Unfortunately, the camera was not pointed in the right direction, but I landed probably 6 to 7 feet high, 10 feet out, flat, 10 times. No issues, no problems at all. It's good. It's fun. It's durable. Pick one up if you can. I mean, there's little cosmetic things here and there, but I mean, everything's going to get scratched. You take your first car out on the rocks, you take out your truck on the dirt, it's going to flip over the first time and get scratched, but it's still running. I'm still having a great time. If you haven't done so already, pick one up. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.